Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Whether it's taking care of your aging parents, your young kids, or both, caregiving creates a lot of stress in your life. How do you take care of yourself? With us today with some help is Mary Brown, the Department Chair of Public and Community Health at UVU. Welcome to the program.
Thank you
Hello,
very
Mary.
much.
Welcome,
Hi.
Mary. This is a treat to have you. Thanks
This
for
is a
being
treat.
here.
She lives across the street, but honestly, I don't think that we've been able to chat for a long time. So it takes
Well,
her
let's get
coming
you
to
all
the
caught
show.
up.
Well, you're
So
both super
caregiving.
busy.
we are busy.
Yeah.
Mary is like one of the most knowledgeable people that I know, and I hope to grow up to be like her one day. Even though she's not that much older than me, I just hope to be. She's just awesome.
That's nice of you to say.
Yeah, it's true.
Nice of you to say. But I'm happy to be here.
So it sounds like you're speaking from experience. Are you in
Well,
a
both.
caregiving situation?
Yes, but both. From
Okay.
a professional standpoint, I teach women's health, I teach death and dying, I have a certificate in gerontology, so, and I'm a mom, right? So that's cred, right?
Right.
In terms of, we take care of our family and our loved ones. But one of the things that's really interesting is that women in particular, 2/3 of all caregivers are women, and they do more caregiving even when men do caregiving. They give 50% more caregiving than men do.
give it at a
and
bigger
so at a
effort.
bigger effort. And so it comes at a cost. And so some of the costs, for example, are they maybe give up their social life, or they maybe have to turn down a job of some of the financial benefits that they might have from working. Or they simply don't have time for themselves because they're caring for others. And caring for others doesn't necessarily mean that that person's in your home. I'm an empty nester. I don't have anybody in my home, but I do help with my aging mother in a memory care unit. And
you just brought her here to Utah. She
right,
was
from
living
California.
right. And what was it? Just so that you could be closer to her and provide
because
better care.
in her independent living, she got busted for being out at night and getting lost, wandering.
She got busted. I love that.
By the security
do?
guards, and they wanted to know where she lived, and she couldn't tell them. So she has dementia, and so fortunately she has long-term care insurance, which is a good thing for people to plan. We're going to live longer. Many of us, especially women, are going to get Alzheimer's disease, so we should plan for
That.
what will be the next phase when we can't take care of ourselves.
How great. So was there a better facility up here, or did you just feel like, let's get her close?
There was no one in California to take care of her, and so I opted to do that.
I know. It is a
I would
hard
think
battle.
it to be very difficult, though, because by nature, women tend to nurture. So I think we all have guilt or have not saying no. Or how do you actually say,
I can't bring them into my home, but that choice
Well,
maybe?
when I've dropped her off, she would cry and say, "Can I just go live at your house?" And I have to say, "Well, Mom, I'm not home at all. And here you have 7 activities a day. You have exercise class and music class and ballroom dance demonstrations. This is so much more fun than my empty house."
But which is true because you do work all day and
do.
you couldn't be there for
do.
those moments
That's right.
of maybe.
Okay, but what about the
That's right.
women that maybe don't work?
Yeah.
Is
So-
it their job or their responsibility to have them in their home? Like, how do you make that decision?
Well, that's a family decision. Some people aren't as lucky to have insurance, and it's very expensive. And so, they might have a circumstance where somebody else is available, or a team of people that are available to help. If they're on hospice can provide some additional care and that kind of thing.
But some people may not be able to afford.
They might not, and they might find themselves caregiving full-time 24/7, and that
Which is a lot.
can destroy people.
well, I'm an adult only child, so there aren't any other siblings to really help take on that responsibility either. And by the same token, I'm like the perfect sandwich because I have small children at home also. So if something did happen to my aging parents, I'm not really in a situation either to bring in aging parents and raise children at the same time and work a full-time job without help.
It's a lot.
Right.
It is a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. And like I said, one of the things that happens first is we neglect ourselves. And so we suffer the consequences. And
So give us some
Yes,
tips
how
about
to use
how
it
can we
when you are feeling overwhelmed.
balance all
How
this?
do how do we find
well,
balance?
there's obviously the basic physical things, making sure we're getting enough sleep, making sure we're eating. Self-disclosure here. Last night I didn't get home till 8:30 and had a bowl of cereal for dinner. Sometimes that happens, right? But making sure that you're getting the nutrients that you need. For me, my magic bullet is exercise. I'm up at 5:15 every morning on my treadmill because I know it's going to be a long day, and if I don't start with the exercise, I'm not going to fit it in when I get home. So you've got to start with some of those physical aspects. If you like massages or you like the float tank, find some physical relief from some of that challenge. Then, in addition to the physical aspect, there are some of the psychological things like writing in your journal. Maybe you don't have a friend or a sibling to talk to, write in your journal. Maybe play a musical instrument, read a book, take a trip if you can. So those are some things that you can do. Emotionally, try to stay connected with people who are important to you. And I think women are so very important to each other.
Yeah, we are.
I know when I talk to Angie, the first thing we talk about is our daughters and our granddaughters and our grandkids, and so
But we connect,
yeah,
and
we
so
connect
we get
on
it
that level.
immediately.
Yep,
You don't
we
even
know.
have to really
Right.
say the words, but we understand what we're going through.
And I think it's really important that we laugh and we cry and we have some fun together, and I think that's really important to express our emotions. Like, I feel guilty that I have to leave my mom today, or I feel sad that my mom is crying today, or I feel guilty that I can't tend my grandbabies because that's really what I want to do, right? Because I would rather hold the twins than anything else,
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. Watching a good movie, something that will make you laugh, for me, that's very therapeutic. And then spiritually, some people pray, some people meditate, some people get out in nature. Being out in nature is a very spiritual experience, so those are some things that you can do. For those of us that work, make sure you take your lunch break. I don't know how many times I actually sit at my
so many
computer
times I feel
and
like I should,
I've
and
got
then
crumbs
when I
in
do,
my keyboard.
yeah.
So take a lunch break and chat with your coworkers. We have a group that gets up about every hour and walks around the building, and that helps us, gets us out of the office, gets us up and moving, and that's very therapeutic because we don't just walk, we walk and talk. So that makes a difference. And then if you need to negotiate time off from work, maybe you have a doctor's appointment with a parent or a child in the morning, maybe you can adjust your schedule, or you can adjust it in the evening, or hopefully negotiate some family time to manage the caregiving. But I think one of the things that's important is not to neglect your own health in terms of getting your own exams, your annual exams, your mammograms, your colonoscopies, because those often get to be the last things on the list. And then if you can't help others, if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't help others. So that
I've heard
really
that
got to
called
make
before,
sure.
like, take care of yourself first, and then you're able to help others, which
other
seems
people.
so selfish.
Yeah,
but I think if you're going to be able to do it long term, you've got to start with yourself.
Well, and I think that comes back to one final point I want to make, and that is make sure that you ask for help. I know most women don't like to ask. We expect that other people will see that things need to be done, and just, why can't they see this?
Right.
They're playing Jenga with the trash can. Just
but she
take it
looks so
out,
capable,
right?
and she's doing it, so I guess she's fine.
Yes, and she didn't ask for help.
Right.
So we just have to be mindful that others are willing to help. We just need to help direct them and ask them.
That's a great point.
So
well, I think probably social media doesn't help in that aspect either, because everybody seems to have the seemingly charming life when you're looking, and they did this, and it seems wonderful.
Right.
Sometimes you're like, but my life's falling apart.
Right.
And how am I going to fit that in or juggle the schedule? But self-love and self-care, you hear both of those things, and I'm getting better with age to be able to find that just
I just
you
know
can say no.
I give better, and I'm more present if I take a little bit of time to myself, clear my thoughts, refresh myself, and then I can be more present with them.
Well, even again, just something as simple as sleeping and eating. We're all kind of like a 2-year-old. When we're hungry and tired, we're hangry,
Right. Yes.
So we
Some
have
more than
to.
others.
Yes, right. So we have to be taking care of ourselves.
So basically, any
Fantastic.
woman that has had children on it fits into this category, because once you're a mother, but
But you can even be a caregiver, when you're not a mother, but you're
so
taking
true.
care of your...
all women.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not saying that men don't. I'm just saying that the burden often falls upon women.
It does. And my dad is a caregiver for my mother who has health problems, and I give it to him. He is very nurturing, and thank goodness that he has good help, because he is able to, I mean, physically it's been quite a number of years, but we often look at him, he needs to take time for himself. And so, I don't know, I just see a different take on it, being a man versus a woman, but men too fall into this category of
I don't want to
being
discount
caregivers.
what they do, because they do help.
Can give as much, which he has. I've watched that. But yeah, everyone needs to take care of themselves as well.
This is a hard subject.
It is.
Like starting
but
off
one that
talking
you need
about
to
it.
talk about.
It just kind of like,
Absolutely.
And when I come back next time, we'll talk about death and dying. So how about that for a hard subject?
Okay.
Oh boy.
No, not today.
Okay. Well, hold that thought. Coming up next, Mary will talk about general health concerns for women. Stay with us.